Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to show y'all some in a minute. I'm just trying to figure out I can't explain. The officer, how am I going to explain this? But I can't explain it. It's just more of the same. It will explain itself. It will further prove that I'm not crazy, that I'm not making stuff up when I say people are possessed. As I look around, I see more and more things that absolutely make no sense. None whatsoever makes no sense. I'm at a point now where I wouldn't be surprised to see Godzilla coming out of Mobile Bay. I wouldn't be surprised because there's so much strange stuff going on around. I'm just going to say me. I can't speak for y'all. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. Hold on a minute.
Tonight, a paralyzed Mobile man has been sentenced in federal court after a deadly botched home invasion last year. Police say Okei Day was arrested after he and a group of people tried to break into an apartment on Greenlawn. Day was charged with first-degree burglary, and tonight he's serving a federal sentence for illegally possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Our Claudia Nichols is live now from the federal courthouse in downtown Mobile with what happened during that attempted burglary. And Claudia, Day admitted to having a gun.
Yeah, he did, Lenise. According to court documents, Day told police he was carrying a gun for his own protection because he had previously been shot and paralyzed. Even though he's serving a federal sentence, he's still going to face those state charges. Tonight, a paralyzed Mobile felon has just been sentenced in federal court to 5 years in prison after a deadly attempted burglary last year. Mobile police responded to Ashford Apartments on Greenlawn Road last April, finding one of the suspected burglars dead. Tense moments on Greenlawn Road as SWAT teams and canines approached the area right after the shooting. Yellow crime tape surrounding the apartments as investigators tried to figure out what happened. Police say a resident fired shots in self-defense after a group of people tried to break into his apartment. When officers arrived, they found Ring doorbell video showing 23-year-old Okei Day and the others beating on the door of the man's apartment. According to court documents, a witness reported seeing Day with a gun, fleeing the scene in his wheelchair. Officers quickly found and arrested him. Court records say he had thrown a Glock pistol into some nearby bushes and told police he had the gun for his protection because he had been shot and paralyzed before. But Day's felony convictions made his possession of the firearm illegal under federal law. Day is still facing those state charges, including burglary first and forbidden possession of a firearm. He'll face those charges once he's served his federal sentence. Reporting live in downtown Mobile, Claudia Nichols, Fox 10 News.
You heard that right. This man's in a wheelchair, paralyzed, trying to break into somebody's house, do a burglary. Then the cops come. He try to take off rolling. Can't say running, rolling away. And the article, they quickly caught up with it. No shit. What was he thinking? Man, you're in a wheelchair. You're paralyzed, bruh. He wasn't thinking. Something is in the air. Something is wrong. Rational thought don't exist anymore, it seems like. People are getting creepier and creepier. Speaking of creepy, check this out.
Well, first at 5, a grisly discovery at a Foley apartment complex this week. Police found the body of a man who they said appears to have been dead for many days.
Police arresting a Foley woman they say failed to report that death. Our Hal Sherrick spoke with investigators and was at that bond hearing today.
And he found out it's the second suspected overdose death at the woman's apartment in the last 6 months.
54-year-old Valerie Bonner of Foley appeared in district court in a wheelchair Wednesday. Foley police say they tracked her down, checked into Baptist Hospital in Pensacola several days after she left a man lying dead in her apartment bedroom. It was a neighbor at Allison Point Apartments who called police with concerns.
Eventually she confessed to what happened to us. She said that the deceased died from possible overdose, and she didn't want us to know because she felt like she was going to get in trouble.
At the bond hearing, prosecutors told the court they believed the man had been dead between 10 and 14 days before he was found. Because Bonner didn't report the death, she was charged with abuse of a corpse. She's also charged with tampering with physical evidence because police say she removed the man's wallet and cell phone, throwing them in a dumpster. Even more disturbing, this isn't the first time police have been called to Bonner's apartment to investigate a death.
Approximately 6 months ago, same apartment, her husband died of an overdose.
That incident, coupled with this latest death, raises some real concerns with police who are looking further into the chain of events.
She could definitely be looking at other charges, and we're looking into that, so I can't really get into that right now.
Judge Bill Scully set total bond at $5,500. Valerie Bonner has until August 29th to request a preliminary hearing. Meanwhile, Foley police say this investigation is ongoing. They're still waiting on the full autopsy report. Reporting in Bay Minette, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
Two, 6 months apart. Both OD. Husband, then another man. The man was in the apartment about 14 days, they said. You know he was stinking. She just left him in there. What's in these people's minds? What's in these people's minds? Put yourself in these situations. How, in your right mindset, how would you do that? How are you going to leave somebody in your apartment room, in your bedroom, dead for 14 days? In your right mind. You watching me right now. You right there. Listen to me. You got somebody in your next room been dead for about 10 days and you ain't even fazed by the smell. Listen, I don't wish this on nobody. You think a skunk, you hear about the smell of a skunk, right? The little animal, the skunk, how bad they smell. There's no worse smell on this planet than that of a dead body that's been decayed. There's no worse smell. I smell a few. Just walking down the street, you can be half a block away and you can smell it. It's just that strong. And she got it in the next room over there. Anybody that know, if you, I come from hood where dead body just be laying out. I'm serious. That's why I come up at. Dead body just laying over, like on that movie, Boys in the Hood. Y'all want to see a dead body? They go over there and the crackhead over there dead. That's how I grew up, seeing shit like that. So I've seen, well, me and my friends outside playing, like, man, what's that smell? And then you go and then you see the flies. The closer you get to, you see flies just everywhere, swarms of flies. And you see it be swole up and be a body laying. Like, no worse smell in the world. And she got him in the next room over there and it don't even bother. You know how your mind got to be to where that smell don't bother you? You just leave him over there. You don't want to get in trouble. What? Trouble? She didn't take the body out and hide it somewhere, get it out the house. She left it in the room, stinking. That's how the neighbors, they didn't want to see it. That's how the neighbors knew, who reported it like something was wrong. You could smell it blocks away. I'm telling you, it's horrible. You really think what we're dealing with right now, vote gonna fix? Because some of y'all still coming at me for what we're going through. That's who you vote, that's what you voted for. Y'all really think a vote gonna fix this? What's going on in this world right now? A vote. Kamala would have fixed. Man, get out of here. We ain't dealing with no votes. The problem we having ain't a vote ain't finna do a goddamn thing. These people crazy. And I tell you, watch your damn self out here. One more for the road.
We all are surprised and it's shocked everybody.
Anthony Dobbs says he's known 45-year-old Wendy Tolbert his whole life, and to find out she stabbed all 3 of her children was devastating.
It's just shocking. So heartbreaking to hear the judge and everybody say what she did, but it's really messed up.
Prosecutors say on July 4th, Tolbert's 10-year-old son was sitting on the floor playing video games. His 4-year-old brother was laying on the floor next to him. Prosecutors say out of nowhere, Tolbert came out of the kitchen with a knife and stabbed the 10-year-old on the arm. The 10-year-old ran to the stairs, turned around, and saw the 4-year-old was trying to run. Tolbert followed and stabbed the 4-year-old. The 10-year-old ran to a room next to his 13-year-old sister's room to plot their escape. As she was calling police for help, Tolbert banged on the door, then stabbed her daughter multiple times in the face, neck, and chest. When officers arrived, they saw Tolbert with a knife in one hand and burning paper towel in her other hand. Officers rescued the children from the burning building, and one officer had to be treated for smoke inhalation. Prosecutors say she admitted to police she stabbed her children because they were possessed by the devil. The fire spread to another building, injuring 2 neighbors. The public defender says she has no criminal history, suffers from mental health issues, and is diagnosed with cancer.
She was scared of everything, so I can understand. She didn't even like knives or none of that. So it's just shocking.
Do y'all still think I'm just doing this for views? Do y'all still think I'm just making this stuff up? That it's just for shock value. That woman said them kids were possessed by the devil. They say she got mental illness problems. That's what they call it. And they're going to start classifying a lot more people of having mental illness problems because they're doing stuff that don't make sense. When it don't make sense, when they can't explain it, when they don't believe in the other stuff, demonic possessions, the spiritual world, they just call it mental illness. But a lot of us know better. When they don't believe in, God and all that, they don't believe in all that. It's just mental illness. It's just crazy. Could be. There is a such thing as mental illness. I'm not denying it. Could be mental illness. But I'm saying, what a coincidence, all this mental illness going on now in this world. Mental illness ain't nothing new. Think back 30, 40 years when the world was different. How many times have you heard about some mother doing that to her own children? Because of mental illness been around. How many mentally ill people have you heard about 30 years ago doing that to their kids? I'm not saying it haven't happened, but this stuff happening regularly. Parents harming the kids, kids harming the parents, family members harming. You think this just everyday life? This just normal? This shit ain't normal, man. It ain't normal. So if we live in a world that's not normal, you better not be normal. You better not think normal no more. Don't think regularly, whatever. Don't think in the old ways of thinking. You better think in today's way of thinking if you want to survive this time. You can't survive the new world with the old world thinking. This is a whole new world. Whole new people. Look like people. We don't know if them really people. I'm gonna get out here and enjoy this little Saturday. I'm sick of this shit. We here now. We gotta survive. That's all I can tell you. Get it, got it good. Bye.